Hello from Chiang Mai. I finally scored some durian, or Durian, as our locals like to say it, and I'm probably sure I'm not saying that correctly. Durian. It's got a, I think, well-deserved reputation for being one of the more challenging tropical fruits to eat. It's, I've seen it challenge the most hardcore foodies. I can understand why. Having been to Southeast Asia for visiting a couple of times, more or less, having walked in the streets, walking by food stalls, I do recognize this smell. I haven't really pursued it. When I smelled that smell, I said, okay, that's not someplace I'm going to go to, and I'm challenging myself now to try to get a little closer to it. So let's describe the smell. I've said before I'm sort of olfactory oriented, so to speak, and if I can characterize the smell, all right, fine. Oh, he's just hanging out. Okay, good boy. It is an acrid smell, not as in Akron, Ohio, but acrid as a sort of a smell that's sort of reminiscent of chemicals. I think, for some reason, I think sulfur. I think as if you had a pack of matches and lit them all at the same time, you'd smell something similar to this. But that's probably not even accurate. It's really one of a kind as far as a smell is concerned. Thank God. I mean, I can see maybe if you had some kind of bad gas, you'd be, making a sort of stink with it. That's how it seems to me, Having opened it, there's another smell that comes off of this that's a lot more pleasant. It's definitely a fruity smell. I'm trying to place it. Cooked onion, like onion soup, French onion soup is kind of like that. And this is the least offending of the smells I'm getting off of this. Let's see. Yeah, it's again one of a kind, and that's sort of what we hope to encounter when we try out exotic tropical fruits. We want something that's going to be tasting or have an experience that's completely out of the box. So far, a lot of the things I've tried, a good example is dragon fruit. It's just meh, it's not a special flavor. It's nothing that, is worth looking at. I mean, the look of the fruit is interesting, but the taste, the flavor, everything else is just like nothing new. And this is completely new. And that's why it's a little bit, one of the reasons it's a little bit challenging. Now, I'm going to get a fork and a knife and try to cut this open and dissect it for you. And we'll get some close-ups. And you'll get some close-ups of my expression, too. So stand by. And here we are. Let's just dump those suckers out. Once again, I didn't get a whole durian fruit. That's just too much, and I'm not even sure I'll eat this much less the. So let's look at texture. It's kind of, how we see that. It's kind of just falling apart a little. It's a little stringy. Really kind of weird. Here's a good little mouthful of that right there. That's a good place to start, I think. let's see, I want to find the seeds. There's some pretty big seeds here. See that? That's one of those suckers. And that's just toward meat. And it almost, the texture almost feels like, oh, it's chicken that's been boiled. I mean, it's awful weird. And there's another seed. And I almost said egg. Probably a little bit of the smell resembles rotten eggs, which is why we think of sulfur, right? Actually, hold on. It kind of smells like a chicken salad. You know, when you have the cooked chicken and you make that into a cold salad. But that, at this point, it's not a really offensive smell. And I'm not really sure what the taste is going to be like. The crazy thing is, I'm told that the taste is completely different than the smell, which may be what throws a lot of people off. Okay, now you're going to see my expression as I take the first bite. Okay, here goes nothing. I'm going to get my first mouthful of durian. And it's not bad. It's not as flavorful compared to the flavor, the smell. No, that's not bad. There's firm parts of this, like I said, that are like boiled chicken, and there's softer parts that are like, I don't know, you had a potato in the oven for 2 hours or something like that. Yeah, it's a little custardy and stringy at the same time. The flavor is nice. It's a little sweet. Hard to characterize the flavor. There's a lot of notes in there that remind me of other things. Boy, nothing rotten. I mean, I've had worse. You know, persimmons, pears, things like that. It's really not too off-putting. What's really off-putting is how large the seeds are in comparison to the actual fruit. That's got to be I mean, I'm getting this much, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far, 6 actual, almost egg-sized, you know, egg-sized seeds in there. There's not much else to it for that chunk. It's almost like buying a rack of ribs and finding out it's 90% bone. Bon appetit. So really, the problem I think people have with the durian is the initial scent of the closed up fruit. And I've noticed as you open it up, as you go into it, as you expose it to the air, you're experiencing less of that acrid scent or bouquet, and more of a unique tropical fruit on its own. I think also part of the problem is it's not analogous or similar to anything else. I can't say, okay, it's just like an apple, just like a banana, or something like that. There's so many new things in this fruit. It confuses the stomach, it confuses the tongue, you know, you're saying, what am I dealing with here? So that's probably what the thing is. The texture, I mean, like I said, it's like, visually you might think I'm eating a curried chicken. Flavor-wise, definitely tastes like some sort of fruit, but I have absolutely no idea what to compare it to. Mildly sweet, strangely slimy, not in the bad way. Will I eat it again? There's better foods out there, and I'm waiting for those to come to the market. But I'm not off-put by durian. Right now, this plate is not smelling like sulfur right now. I'm not noticing anything uncomfortable about it. It's not my favorite fruit, but I've had no trouble with it at all. So there you go. You had your chance to see Douglas eating durian for the first time, and you've learned a little bit about the weird fruits of Southeast Asia. And if you get your chance to come down to this area of the world, or if you find some durian in your part of the world, you don't necessarily have to sacrifice buy a whole fruit. And it's like, these things are as big as your head or larger, and they're covered with spikes, so I can imagine one of those drops off a tree and you happen to be under it, it's finito, without even having to taste it. But again, I have no trouble with that at all. So stay tuned. As a year comes on, we'll get more and more fruits coming into season, and I want to explore some of them, as many as possible, and share that with you. Thanks for watching. Stay in touch, and keep your eyes out for more adventures.